Hi guys, welcome back or to my channel. I am so washed out right now. Is that a little bit better? Perfect. Okay. Welcome back or to my channel. My name is Sophie. If you are new here, hi, I'm glad to have you. I am going to be starting, I'm just going to get right into it. I'm going to be doing Vlogmas this year. But I heard someone, actually they called it Vidmas because it's not actually vlogs. It's just going to be a video every day from December 1st to I think December 25th is what people do. So we'll see if I get there. I'm really going to try my very hardest to get a video up every single day. I've been planning for it in my planner, but I'm not going to let myself have like a literal mental breakdown if I can't get a video up every single day, as I do work 40 hours a week and that's a lot in itself. And if you don't know, I'm a medical assistant, so I am working in healthcare during these crazy times, as well as my sister and I's online boutique that we own. So that's actually where this fuzzy fleece is from. It's called White Giraffe Boutique. I will link it down below. It would mean a lot if you guys checked it out. And then also follow me on Instagram because that's where I'm going to be like giving updates on like editing and like when you can expect the videos and things like that. I'm going to also try to be a lot more active on social media, as in Instagram, because I don't really use any other social media. But it is 1:15 on Sunday afternoon. I made coffee because I need to be very productive today. Also, I threw my hair up in this bun, so we'll see how long it lasts. Oh my gosh, this is so good. I'm using a new creamer. It's like cookies and cream or sugar cookie. It's the brand International Delight, and it has like Buddy the Elf on it, so that kind of sold me. But obviously you can tell from the title and thumbnail of this video that it is going to be my acne journey. So I guess I'll kind of get right into it. I do have like a timeline of things that I've done and things like that. So yeah, for those of you who do not know, I am 20 years old. And I've been struggling with acne since about I was 15, probably on from 14 to 15. So like I said, I have it all listed. If you guys have any specific questions, definitely feel free to leave them in the comments below or message me on Instagram. And I will be filming a skincare routine. So I will talk about some of the products in this video, but I'm not going to be doing a routine in this video. So you'll have to stay tuned for that and subscribe. I feel like everyone says that, but it's true. I really want to get to 5,000 subscribers by the new year. That was my goal. I'm like 1,000 away, so we'll see if we can do it. So in 2015 is when it got really bad, and I'll also try to find some photos and pop them in here. I really didn't try to take photos when my acne was so bad, and unless I had like a lot of makeup on, so we'll see if I can find any where it's like bare face. So this video might get a little TMI or personal, so if you're not into that, just maybe this isn't the video for you. But I did get my period a little bit late, like into the game. Like a lot of like people in my friend group were getting them at like 11, 12, 13. I didn't get mine until I was almost 15, so from 14 to 15, and there I got it. And then that's kind of when my face blew up with all the hormones and yada yada yada. So before I even got my period, I thought skincare was fun, and like I used Clean and Clear, like Morning Burst. Like I did it because I thought it was cool, and my sister struggled with acne and she had like Proactive and all of that, and I was like, I don't have acne, like I'm never gonna get it. And I made fun of her every time she had a pimple, and then that came back to bite me in the butt because my skin, as you can see from the thumbnail photo, that was only like 9 months ago. That was at the beginning of COVID, and it was so bad. But I also, if your skin is worse than that, I don't want you to think anyone's judging you, because you're only judging yourself. And you think you're ugly when you have acne. At least I did. I thought I was butt ugly. I had no confidence. I didn't want to take my photos. I know everyone says that, but it's like you just feel uncomfortable in your own skin, and I don't think anyone should have to struggle with acne. And maybe it doesn't bother some people as much as it bothered me, but it bothered me so much. I was like, I need to do something about this. So my mom took me to the doctor when I was 15, and just for like, you know, your annual checkup, and they're like, do you have any concerns? And I'm like, yeah, like, why do I have all this acne? Like, I wash my face, I have a good skincare routine. At this time I was starting like to try different products, and I was a dancer, so I was always really sweaty. I was pretty good about like, you know, washing my face afterwards and never going to practice with dance, going to practice with makeup on, and you know, I was doing all the things that everyone tells you to do. Nothing was working, and so my pediatrician put me on the birth control pill, because that's, some people are like confrontational. I know that's a confrontational thing, but do what's best for you, and whatever your doctor and you decide on is the right thing for you. I just want to put that out there. So that was the right thing for me, and my mom, my sister was on it already, and it helped her acne, and my mom was on it back in the day for her acne, and like it worked for them, and why wouldn't it work for me, right? So I started the birth control pill, and I kind of noticed like a difference after like 6 months. You know, it wasn't terrible, it wasn't great. Like, I'd have the occasional breakout, usually like around my, not my jaw, but like my actual chin. Like right here, I do have some like scarring from all of it. And then like right here my cheeks were usually good, and my nose was always good. And my forehead would get kind of crazy sometimes. But it was nothing I like couldn't handle, you know. Every teenager in high school has acne. And so I felt pretty like comfortable, because I was like, everyone I go to school with has acne, like it's fine. So from 2016 to 2019, I was kind of just like in a limbo stage. I was just kind of like, it's not great, but whatever, like it'll go away. Like, I'm almost 20, like hormonal acne, like it'll go away, right? Wrong. When I was going through everything with my divorce and everything like that, I had the worst acne ever, like I ever had, and I hope it never gets like that again. I don't think it will, knock on wood. But it was just bad. I'll pop up a picture here. I know I have some, and I look back on those and I can just see my face. I was so sad in those photos. I felt so ugly, and like it sucks that acne can do that to you, because like I'm not, like, no one has that much self-confidence to begin with, and then throw a bunch of like cystic acne on your face that it hurts. It doesn't cover up with makeup easily, and basically you just feel like everyone's staring, which I hate that I thought that way, because like it's just acne. And if I see someone out in public with acne, all I think is bless their soul, because I know they probably on the inside hate it just as much as I did. So when it started to get really bad in like last winter, I guess it started to get pretty bad. So like at the end of my 19th year, which I was like, okay, I'm getting older, why do I still have hormonal acne, you know? But I'm also like, well, I got my period late, maybe I'm just like trying to catch up to everybody. Like, you don't really know what your body's doing. I mean, I didn't. So in this spring of 2020, I went and I got facials. I got all these new face products. I tried, I can't even think of all the brands right now, but like literally, what's that brand, like Panoxyl, or I don't know, some like heavy duty stuff that like you're not supposed to use. Like, I tried everything. I got the facial spin brushes, I changed my pillowcases, I drank water, I tried to go gluten-free and dairy-free. None of that helped my skin. I mean, going gluten and dairy-free definitely helped my like internal digestive tract, but like I was like, I don't even care if I feel better. I still have acne. Like, I'm gonna eat the stupid gluten and cheese and milk. Like, I don't even like cheese, but you know, dairy. So finally in like April, May, I was like, enough is enough. I am 20 years old. I am going to the dermatologist, because I guess I should have said once I was like 15, 16, my doctor also prescribed me Epiduo, which I know you guys probably all saw on like TV back in the day. Well, you kind of had to get that prescribed, I guess. So my doctor prescribed that, and it was just like a cream. It didn't do anything. It just dried my skin out and made it flaky and gross. So I tried creams and like nothing worked. So that was that. And then finally, like I said, I went to the dermatologist in April, May, but I actually scheduled that appointment in November of 2019. Like, I don't know where you guys live, but where we live, I think there are only 3 dermatologists in the hospital that I go to. Like 3 out of so many patients that probably go to the dermatologist a year. So it took forever to get in, and I was just like, you know what, like if my skin gets better in that time, like I'll just cancel it. Well, it never got better, so I went, and basically my doctor, she's a very nice lady and a very good doctor, I think, but basically she gave me 2 options. She goes, you can do one of 2 things. Meanwhile, I'm wearing a face mask because it's COVID, and she never even looked at my skin, but she must have just known from like the top half of my skin, which I wasn't even breaking out that much up here. It's mostly here. She's like, you can do Accutane or this other medication called spironolactone. And I was like, okay, I've heard of Accutane and I know it works for some people. I did a ton of research on it because I figured when I was going to the derm, I'm like, okay, she'll probably tell me, or he'll probably tell me, because I didn't even know who my doctor was at the time, Accutane. Now that I look back, I don't think my skin was bad enough for Accutane. I think that drug is so powerful, well it is, that I just don't think my body knew what to do with it because my skin wasn't that bad. I don't know, that's just like what I think, but obviously like my doctor, she knows what she was doing. I don't like fault her at all. Like, she's a doctor, I'm not, but just like it didn't work with my body, so we'll get into that. So this is the Accutane box. I don't know like what type of information is on it. So that's what it looks like, and I have it here. I don't use it anymore obviously, but I kept the box because I don't feel comfortable throwing it away because it is such like a serious drug, and my hospital doesn't like collect drugs until like a long time from now, so I'm just holding on to it until I can take it somewhere and they can dispose of it properly. Anyways, so she basically told me Accutane or spironolactone, and I'm like, okay, like Accutane, like without a doubt, like I want to do that. And she told me more about this other med called spironolactone, and she's like, basically it's a water pill and it was meant for blood pressure, but one of the side effects was like clearing up your skin. And I'm like, that's weird, like I need a med that's for my acne. So of course, me being like stubborn and just like, yep, let's do it, I signed all the paperwork because Accutane, like I said, it's not a light drug. Like, so obviously Accutane is such a strong drug. Like you cannot get pregnant on this pill because it causes birth defects for the fetus. So literally you cannot get pregnant. You have to take a pregnancy test once you're on this. I had to take one that day, like at the clinic, and then 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later I had to take another one before, just to make sure we didn't have like a false negative test, and then take another one before even starting this. And I also had to get my blood drawn, and I think they checked my like lipids or something just to make sure like my internal everything was working fine before I started this. And they checked my cholesterol. I don't really remember what else they checked, but they checked a bunch of stuff. And I was like, okay. And then every few months they were gonna have to check my levels again to make sure that this drug wasn't like affecting everything. And like I was prepared for it. I'm like, okay, like let's do this. I will do anything for clear skin. I had friends tell me like, don't do it, Sophie, like it's a bad drug for people, like, and I'm like, everyone's body is so different, like why wouldn't mine react to it well? Like I need clear skin. Accutane's my only option. So I was so like headstrong about getting it. And so I took like 3 pills, and first you start, I started with 30 milligrams. I think you can go all the way up to 80 if I remember correctly. So she started me on 30. and like 2 pills in, I was like, oh gosh, my lips are chapped. But I'm like, she told me like you're gonna have dry lips and dry everything. She's like, you will dry out. And I was like, oh, who cares, like I'm ready for it. I bought all the chapsticks and lotions and everything, and your scalp was supposed to dry out. I'm like, yes, I won't even have to wash my hair every day, like this is gonna be great. Well, like 1 or 2 pills in, I was starting to dry out, but I also had the worst headache, like migraine headache. Like I couldn't even focus at work, and I was like, this is wrong. Like I was drinking so much water to stay hydrated. I'm like, why do I have such bad headaches? And they were causing me to get dizzy. And I also had a ringing, like a whooshing sound in my ear, and I'm like, this is not right. Like this is not right. So I called the dermatologist and talked to a nurse. I think I was only 3 or 4 pills in at this point, and I was like, this is what's going on. And she's like, okay, like the ringing and whooshing in your ears is a little concerning, along with the headache, but like maybe you just like sick and you just have like a cold. And this was the beginning of COVID. I'm like, I probably have COVID, like from the headache. And she's like, well, the dry lips and everything, like that's totally normal. I'm like, yeah, you're right. So the nurse called me back. She's like, I just talked to Dr. so-and-so, and she wants you to cut back and take a pill every other day for 4 days, and then go back to 1 a day. I'm like, I can do that. She's like, I can monitor your symptoms and everything. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Like I'm used to having headaches. I get headaches a lot, but this was like a different kind of headache. And then like the dizziness was like really new to me. I was like, oh, I don't like this, but like my body's just getting adjusted to it. And I was still really optimistic about it. And then I was scratching my back one day, and there's like a little dry patch, and I'm like, oh my gosh, my back is starting to dry out. Like, what is this? And then I felt a few more and a few more, and then I started noticing them like on my chest and my stomach, like a lot on my, like right here. Like I was wearing a swimsuit then in May, and I still had like massive dry patches, like eczema. And then they were on my arm, and I think that's it, like kind of just like my midsection. It never like was on my arms or legs, like lower arms. And I called her back, the nurse, and I'm like, I don't think I can do this anymore. Like my body is not having it. Like my body does not like this Accutane. And so literally I don't even know how many pills I got through. I might have thrown the pack away. I got through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I only got through 8 pills before my body was just like, no. And I could have dealt with the dryness, but it was the headaches and dizziness that like I just felt weird putting this in my body, knowing that like my body was reacting that way. So basically COVID was really bad at this time then, and well, it's still really bad in my area, but it was pretty bad at this time as well. And so I had a phone visit with my doctor, and she then is like, okay, take 2 weeks off of everything. I took 2 weeks off of everything. My dry patches started to like heal up. I put like the heaviest lotion on every day after I showered, and then like I was totally fine. And then I started this other medication called spironolactone, which is the first one she recommended to me. And this one is like I said, a water pill, and so I take it every night, and I pee like 3 times before bed. It's so annoying, as well as it is a low blood pressure medication, or it's to lower your blood pressure. So my blood pressure is literally 90 over like 52, and I'm an anxious person, so that's like a really low blood pressure for me. And I'm always tired, and I think it has to do with the spironolactone, but also I just am always tired, so whatever. So 3 months into that, I started noticing like tremendous changes. And since I finished that, like I'll show you guys, it's so zoomed in, I get breakouts, you know, like here and there, but like for the most part my skin is so clear. Like, it's never gonna be perfect, and like I'm okay with that. Like, I don't need clear, perfect, like flawless skin. I just don't. Like, that's not human. And like I have freckles, so that kind of covers up a lot of stuff too. But then I went for my 3-month spironolactone check, and I kind of told her, I'm like, I'm still breaking out like around my period. And so she gave me 2 more gels. One of them is adapalene 0.3%, and this is basically just Differin gel you can buy over the counter. I used that prior to getting a prescription, but it's nice because this whole tube with insurance was $10, and the Differin gel that's this big is like $20. So it pays to get it from your doctor if you have insurance. So this is for everyday use. I use it like every other day, and I just like squeeze it, and then I put it in my moisturizer, and it's actually good for fine lines and wrinkles. So I'm basically using an anti-aging product to help my acne. So I love that. And then this is called, what is this called? I don't even know. Oh, Dapsone, D-A-P-S-O-N-E, and this is 5%, and this is for active breakouts. So I'll literally just go like this and take a little dab and just kind of dab it wherever I have going on. But again, I will be doing my skincare routine, and I can show you guys how I use that in the skincare routine. It's my skincare routine. Sorry it was kind of long and all over the place. So that is it. I covered everything. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you struggle with acne, I just want you to know that it won't last forever, and go to your dermatologist if you have one, or your primary care. They can help you more than you think. And then also my like last piece of advice is to simplify your skincare routine. I used to use scrubs and oils and serums and you name it. I tried it all, and now I literally wash my face, I use a moisturizer, and then I use these as needed, and I'll do a face mask maybe once a month just to like treat myself because it's fun, not because I think it even does anything. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun talking about it. It's kind of like crazy to think what can change on your body in a 5 years time, going from baby doll skin, like perfect skin, to the worst skin ever in my opinion, and then back to just like normal skin. That is my first Vlogmas video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it got long, but stay tuned, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next Vlogmas video. Bye guys.